using Mac Wi-Fi. Because I've got no Wi-Fi at home. And if I go to Gusto, I'll start drinking. The $1 for sure. A Microsoft cream's $1 in the rest of the world. There's a very attractive girl the other side of the room as well. With glasses on. She's very sexy. I won on the bingo last night, bet 200 yen. Excuse me. There is also Lotto tonight. 200 million yen first prize. Yay! Four people. I still didn't buy that. Maybe I should go to the 100 yen shop and buy that support frame I keep on talking about. Now there's something to be said about like all these school kids together. Something's funny. Skinny burger. 50 yen off. Oh, there it is. They have this every, I don't know how many times a year they have this. But they got 50 yen off it. Oh. So you can just have the burger itself and you can get 20 yen off that. But if you have the set, you can get 50 yen off it. In Japan they say setto. But Seto is also a city. It's also a city not too far from here. It's a pottery city. Yakimono. It's where they make dishes, things like that. Dishes, plates, cups. And then there were 6. Like I said before, I better to have like 1 ice cream, then about 3 or 4 wines for the free, what is it? For the free Wi-Fi. Wow, it's going up and down today. 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3. Any of my regulars there? No comment yet. Well, it rained a lot last night and this morning. And apparently there's going to be a lot of rain next week. Typhoon number 10. It is supposed to be a very big typhoon. Brazilian women seem to get married very young and then get big very quick. So because I can't watch Netflix at home, I've got to try and sort out some Wi-Fi. I can't get through to the bloody company. So I've been watching these videos of England, how England came about, the history of England or Britain, and with all the kings backstabbing each other. Maybe I should get out of here before I decide to have one of these schemy burgers. My Venezuelan American friend is asking me if I've got permanent residency. I wonder if that's difficult to get nowadays. Difficult to get into the country. butter or shoes. Sorry, can you see me when I'm on the phone? I was like on the I was on Facebook talking to people. Can you see me? Butter or shoes? Shoes. Both very important. Yeah, butter, so nice on many foods. Roast potato, baked potato, muffins, brilliant on muffins. Recently people have been putting in chicken curry. That's a big thing over the last year or so. Butter curry and butter in your coffee. Can you imagine that? Tried it a few times in coffee. It's all right. I wonder, anybody watching got the weather report for Japan tonight? Is it going to rain? Today I had a Burger King Whopper. I love that. I love that. Maybe I should have just had the Whopper because it was expensive. I like that. It's nice. Hey Robin, how's it going? Oh my God. This young girl's got the firmest pair of tits. Or a very special bra. Hey, this guy's dancing. Odote, odote. So I'm in the throes of trying to get a phone. Moe's trying to get me a bank account at Rakuten. Then hopefully I can get a phone. Then I can get some credit cards. Yes, she's been busy working. The problem is she can only work so many hours and she doesn't get paid transport. So. lot more views than me, but only a few comments today. So we got a few comedy ideas in the works. You know, like I said, she's keen to do videos. So. Yeah, I took her to, she bought me breakfast, so I took her to town today, seeing a friend. And I took Herman some boards. He wanted some boards, he's going to make a bath. But it's difficult to find. He wants a stainless steel bath, but it's I'm not sure if that was the time out at McDonald's. I noticed it said 60 minutes recently. What you have for breakfast, Robin? I've been eating too much food and drinking too much. I've got to stop doing that. Trying to get out of that habit and get back onto the fasting. Try and get down to 1 meal a day. Mackie Dean, so you went out, did you? How much is it? Did you have a set? How much was that? For you can get a combi. A combi is just under £2, going at the present rate of the pound. And the set would be about £3. So that would be a big cup of tea. Now I'm talking myself into fucking getting one. Yeah, it sounds similar prices, yeah. You know, so when I lived in England, I very rarely went to McDonald's. Very rarely. I think the good things about these, but then again, I suppose at night time in Nagoya or Tokyo, when drunk people start going in, it can get a bit hectic. There are a lot of foreign visitors in Sakai, and I just wonder, I guess we're going to see what happens over this Christmas, if it's going to take off or if it's... Which James is that? Tarmac James. Are you trying to steal my sidekick? Yeah, I think that's what his idea is actually. He's got some wood, and like I said, he's got these boards to hold it in. So that's what I'm assuming he's trying to do. But the thing was, he was trying to do it to cool down. You're the best James around. Oh dear. Congratulations, James. Yeah, I think, yeah, he was, because he's feeling his age now, you know. Like I said, because he's going out several hours in the middle of the night, early morning, collecting these cans. And then he's got to squash all the cans. See, like I've thought of an idea to get. Have Have you got any evidence that you're the best James around, James? Yeah, so he's, like I said, so he's got to crush all these cans with his foot. And I remember I got a load of cans once from somewhere, and I spent 5 hours sorting out these cans and crushing them. Fucking hell, that's a long day, that is. So as you can imagine, he's a frail 70-year-old, and he's got to spend his time crush. You know, that's going to eventually take, you know, on your feet. If you're doing the same action, you're going to have a repetitive strain injury. I remember seeing there's a guy that works for the council, and he's retired now, so they've asked him to come back and sort out the rubbish, you know, the recycle day. And I saw him one day running over the cans. He was running over the cans in his yard with his big truck. So it was quite. We shared a laugh over that one. It was quite funny. Got a big couple next to me. They had a power eating couple. I think if I ever had like 2 Big Macs or something like that, I think I'd be fucking done for the day. Yeah, he's alive, but keeping active. But like I say, when he's like crushing thousands of cans when he does it. But at least he's getting 25% more money now. And the people are coming to pick up. Eh? Does, but that's what's going category. So, I was going to say. Yeah, so at least he's getting more money for the cans now. He might have been offered to be put inside a house. Then he said he might also have to clear all his site. So I'm not sure what's happening with that. Maybe I should get... But today when I went, there were 2 people went, and they're from the council, I think. And they took him some bread and something else. 2 cans of bread. They put bread in cans and a drink. So because even though they give food out to all the people, there's a lot of people that they spend their money on fucking gambling, and the money that they get from Nagoya, they spend it on drink and gambling. And then every Tuesday they go out and they feed these people, but he refuses to take part in this. Some kind of strange pride. The pension's very poor here, unless you work for a big company. And if you work for yourself and you don't save, you're fucked. Having said that, there's a lot of English teachers like that. There are a lot of English teachers that came to Japan when they were 22, and they never like got into a pension scheme. But if you worked for the school and you kept it like a public school, then you would be in a pension scheme. But like I said, but the main thing, I've got my fucking driving license, Mike. The last time I lost my license 3 times because of the fucking motorbike. So get the license back, and then this fucking COVID thing starts. So my old friend Itsuo, his pension was cut in half to 370,000 yen per month, and he used to give that to his grandchildren, or he'd give it to the wife, and the wife would give it to the grandchildren. Best granddad ever, best dad ever. You know, there's when you think every kid growing up thinks it's normal. And there was a documentary, I think it was on Netflix, and it was about two twin brothers. And one twin brother had an accident on a motorcycle and he lost his memory. And his other brother, he made up a false memory. He made up a false life of what happened to his brother. And the reason why he did that, because, believe it or not, their parents were like renting them out as fuckboys. Their friends and whoever, they were letting people fuck these two boys. And they didn't even live in the fucking house. They lived in like some kind of fucking, that was their house. And that just shows you, when you're a kid, you think that's fucking normal. Having very little food, you think that's normal. And so there's all different, kids don't know what it's like if you're really, really rich. If you're Mike Tyson's kids, you think it's normal to have a fucking tiger in your fucking bathroom. And it just shows you how they can be cruel, how parents can be cruel to fucking children, even though they're wealthy, And what happened with those two boys, the boy, he demanded to know what had happened. And so the boy that didn't lose his memory told him, this is what happened, this is what our parents did to us. Fucking sad. But luckily, they managed to fucking turn it around, and they managed to have normal lives. They had children, they got married, they had children. And what they did, we're talking middle class, upper middle class people. And they said they found inside the curtains fucking bunches and rolls of fucking money. So I guess that's what they were hiding, the money that they were getting from the parties. And they were fucking hiding it away from the tax people. It just fucking shows you what some people do to their kids, doesn't it? Yeah, I remember talking to Ron, his name. He was a happy guy. We worked at Telecom on holidays, all over Europe in summertime. And I goes, oh, your dad must have been rich. He says, no, he wasn't rich. He saved all his money, he didn't drink, and we went on holiday. And that's the thing. My dad just drank all the fucking money from the fucking, the welfare, the clothes. So he never bought us clothes. The clothes what we had were from the school. In fact, one year he sold the welfare benefit we got for the clothes. He sold that to someone. So we didn't get any. We had to go another fucking growing out of them. And like I say, he would fucking spend that. So he wouldn't pay the gas bills or the electricity bills. He'd just spend everything on fucking beer. But at least he didn't fuck us up the arse. So swings and roundabouts. Yeah, the only other we went, my granddad and grandma would take us to the caravan, or we'd have like a day trip. You ever have those from working men's clubs, Robin? When you used to get a ticket and you could go to the seaside. Of course, we went to the fucking beach. My dad just went to the pub. I only remember him taking us out once. I'm not to the park to play, but we got Celtic football kits because they'd won. Celtic had won the European Championship, and we got Celtic football kits. And he took us to the park for about fucking half an hour. Then he fucked off to the pub. I'm a when I looked at Seaside in North Wales, yeah. Well, listen, no, I didn't go to I didn't go to Wales until I was an adult. We went to Llanferris on a trip with British Telecom. You know, you work for British Telecom, they used to organise these trips, and we went to see the power station at Llanferris. And then when we got married, we went up to see my auntie in Wales. Tonpentry, I think it was called. Oh yeah, forget why. Yeah. I've been in touch with Mo, and she's trying to get me a Rakuten account opened up so I can get a phone. She's a good girl. No, she's very helpful, very kind girl. She's got a friend that's a nurse, and I like nurses. I'm going to ask about her friend. Because we all like nurses. Over the place when you was an adult, Robin. The best James Brown didn't spend such a long time hanging around, did he? He wasn't the best. He was just a fucking pest. Fucking James. He was so lame. I'm just watching this. There's this little girl here. She was pointing at me when I came in because I was like, that sushi bar opens next Tuesday. So I'm going to try and knock off the beer for about 5 days. Because I think, like, you know, when you get older and you have like a few days on the beer, and then it soon builds up, you know. So I'm going to try and have a few days off. Days it today? Fucking Thursday, isn't it? So I had a pint at lunchtime. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I can have 4 days off. Then we can enjoy next Tuesday. So I'm going to, my mate Paul's from Bristol, his wife's Japanese, and his kid, I think she's about 8 now. So we're going to have a nice little time together. Have you been to many countries? Robin? I told you my nephew was living in Denmark. They've just gone back now. Now, I don't know if it'd been a massive transformation. So because like people say I'm been on about being working class, but I wasn't even working class because we were sub-working class. So my dad wouldn't even fucking work. But my brother's son went to Sheffield University, and he met there a charming girl, and she was the bishop's daughter. And her dad, the bishop, he was the bastard son of an aristocrat in Denmark. So our family, we have gone from being we've gone from being the feral class to fucking blue bloods in 2 generations. Is that 2 generations, 3 generations? So now we've got blue blood in our family. So my nephew has got two beautiful little girls, and they have got blue blood in them. Now, her dad, the bishop, one of the housemaids or something like that, and the dad, because he did that, he was kicked out of the country. They sent him to Australia because he was a bad lad. And after that, he was probably fucking Aborigines. And so he met his dad, the bishop. He went to Australia, I think, and he met his dad. And his dad said, well, I'm glad to meet you. It's been nice to meet you, but I never want to see you again. There are some dads of the year, aren't there? Oh dear. That's the right story, that one, isn't it? So my nephew's wife calls it Danish jeans. But they've had 4 years in Denmark and now they're back. Probably my nephew's might be taking over the firm, the tile firm. Could have left that wallet. He's got a brand new wallet there. Trying out his brand new wallet. A few months ago, someone dropped his wallet in the street going to work, and they shouted to him, "Harley." We went to see the elephants. Yeah, I like that photo. It's nice. I was just like looking through, and I just clicked on it, and I didn't realise it was going to go on to the thing, like so. Yeah, my wife didn't like it when I said that my jeans kicked the shit out of her jeans. Maybe I shouldn't have said that too many times. He had a kid to a Japanese wife, and he went to America, and he was in Santa Monica. He was fucking arrested. Because the kid was showing off, and the coppers thought he'd fucking kidnapped his own kid. Because the kid didn't look black, he looked Asian, and so they arrested him. So hopefully Moe might be getting a new job in a clothes shop, which is... Now what she did, she touched upon a subject about being Japanese here, that most jobs require you to have black hair. So you can't... If you're a bit of a outgoing kid and you dye, you're open to it. Same with, I guess, earrings as well. Definitely not tattoos. So. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't all back at all. Her pay was all back because she was married, and so I was seen as the breadwinner, And so what they do, they make them. There's a lot of women in this position where the only job they can get is for a supply company, even if you're working for a fucking big company. And the worst thing about that is you don't get treated the same. You don't get the same conditions, even though you're doing exactly the same job. And my wife's pretty smart, you know. She's working in the legal department for people, getting money from people like me. And so it took her a while to get out, but once she did, she got out. She gets 50,000 yen straight off the bat. She gets 50,000 yen for housing. She got the 15,000 yen that were costing her in transport. She gets that. Then she gets a pay increase. So she was at least 100,000 yen a month better off. When, like I said, like I was always fucking up. So I was embarrassing her coming round to the house and not getting these phone calls or that phone call. And like I say, she's a lot better off now. She's in a nice place. I'm sure she's getting a fucking, because you know, I wouldn't be surprised if she got promoted either. So she's doing quite well. Good luck to her. You know, she's a dedicated worker. She never had. From being like 6 years old, she was never late for school. She never had a day off. So she went to one of the best schools in this area. So my daughter went to the same school. Your cunt. How are you? Me and Robin's been having a chit chat, or I've been chatting, and he's been listening. Yeah, she was busy working, so see, we were talking about this about my wife before. A lot of jobs they don't pay. You can only work so many hours, and they don't pay you fucking transport. So if you're getting like 900 yen, 1,000 yen per hour, but it costs you like 700 yen to get there. You're still wondering why? What about? So if you work for any supply company, they don't pay your travel money. So if you've got to go by train, obviously the best thing is if it's a company that's close to you. I can't do anything about that, pal. It's a free stream, and I can't stream from home now. Okay, pal, thanks. Is it 1 or 2 seconds? Apart from disappearing completely, when I'm talking now, is there a delay on that now? No, I met her when she was a young kid at the station. So I always talked. I always talk to young kids, wherever I am, be friendly with them. And I also met her. She had a boyfriend when she was young, and her dad kicked her out of the house, I think. And she would always talk to me. Her and her boyfriend talked to them and everything. So, and then I was going there to the Apita, and she shouted out to me, bought me a beer. She's 28. So I've been. There are quite a few phrases and words that she picks up on. She knows, so she's. So like I'm sure she could get a job teaching English. No, she's not a trainer. She just watches Netflix. Yeah, we did that, and the plan was I would go into the local pub. I had to catch the bus up to the pub. I just walked in the door, and the split second I walked into the door, a young barmaid, because as you know in those days you'd have 3 or 4 rooms in the pub. She came into the tap room and she said to the elderly woman, she said, is there a My Cunt in here? And she goes, oh, you better shout it out loud. And she goes, has anybody seen My Cunt? No, I don't know, it's just like, friendship. I don't think she's got any interest in me. I'm like fucking 61. Oh, I'm a 61? Yeah, I'm 61. Well, I just as a friend, so. Yeah, so it's definitely not romantic. Yeah, she just got met. So we're talking, there's a OnlyFans or something. I don't know if we can get into there and make videos that are appealing to a lot of people. And then we can split the money. But like I said, she's willing to do. So the idea for maybe a channel name would be like Dr. Fishnet. And so ideas for Moe wearing fishnets and also having a few ideas for comedy with fishnets. So. But we think Dr. Fishnet is a good catchy name. It's the name that she came up with. My daughter is 21 October. She was hoping to go to Australia this year. But obviously with the current problems in Australia, that's not going to happen. I said my mate just come, he was there, he was in Australia for a year. It's just cost him 380,000 yen to get back to Japan. Some very strange restrictions. I just by chance, I looked at a flight to Manchester today, 116,000 yen. But I won't be going anywhere soon. Just have to see what happens. This coming Christmas. like a pandemic like it was 100 years ago. What's up with this kid? He's fucking walking about. That must be his exercise time. You know what I always thought, you know, when you have these school shooting things in America, or restaurants, it's happening in restaurants as well, hasn't it? Why don't they fucking, you know, the plates, why don't they just everybody fucking slim the fuck, you know, like in James Bond when he got that ball of heart. So you just get the plates and fucking start skimming them. Imagine them fucking 30 or 40 fucking plates flying in your head. That should sort them out. Yeah, well, your summer's coming up, isn't it? You remember when they said when it was going to get warm, that was going to be, it was going to die off. So that was a load of bollocks, wasn't it?